Hello everyone, today we are going to discuss regarding introduction to Eagle CAD PCB environment. So I'll open Eagle CAD software. So this is Eagle CAD control panel. Go to file, new, schematic. When I open the schematic, there is a work area which is essentially used for creating a circuit. So if we have a circuit, you can develop a circuit as a schematic in this particular area. So I'm going to change the grid. So we have n number of options here. You can see n number of tools here. So we will see what are the applications of these tools. So first I'll go to grid. This is the grid option. So click on the grid. So you can change the grid. So it is 0.1 inches. I don't want to change the grid, and I want to see the grid. So if you want to see the grid, click on the display and then click OK. So you can see the grid. So this is with respect to origin. So I'm going to add some components to explain you. If I go to move option, mirror option, rotate, copy, paste option, delete, settings, change option. So with the help of components or electronic symbols, we will discuss applications of these tools. So to add some components inside the schematic area, so I'll click on add part. You can see there is an icon that is called as add part icon. So this icon is an add part icon. So I'll click on the add part. So when you click on the add part, it will open the library. So this is the entire library, so you can search it here. So first of all, I'm going to search a frame. So the frame which so I can choose A4, any size of the frame. So I'll get one rectangular frame, so it is a reference for me to design my circuit inside this area. Okay, so this is inside it. We can save it later. I can save it now. So it asks you for the location. I'll just choose it, desktop, click save it. So the frame is saved. So now we are going to add the component inside the frame. So I'll go to again add part. So I'm going to add some resistors. So just type in the search box. You can see here the search box. Inside the search box, you can write the name of the components and go for a resistor. So you will be having n number of resistors here, and go to US standards and click on it. So you can see the symbolic representation here. This is the register symbol, and this is the footprint of the resistors. Okay, so whenever you choose which is having both, so that we can go for both design easily. So click OK. So zoom it. When you scroll the mouse button, you can zoom in and zoom out. So I'll just zoom in. This is the register component. I'll keep it here, and I'll just choose one more component. Go to capacitor. I'll just type the capacitor. So you got a number of capacitor. I will choose any one random capacitor. I'll keep it here. So any other component, if you want, you can choose it. So this is one more type, non-polarized capacitor. So 3 components I'll be having, and I'm going to explain you what are the applications of these tools. First of all, I'm going to click on move. So you can see the move option here. This is the move option, which is used to move the symbols which is there in the schematic area. And I choose the move button. This is the move command. So when you choose the move command, I can click on the component and I can move the component wherever I want. No need to drag it, just simply click it and just move the mouse. It will move wherever you want. You can keep it. Okay, no need to drag it. Okay, just click it and move it. No need to drag the mouse by holding the click button. Just click it and then you can move it. Even I can move any component. Make sure while moving you have to click on the origin of the component. So for example, this is the capacitor. I don't know where is the origin, so if I click here, the move command will not work. Okay, actually origin of the symbol is here somewhere. So if I click in this section, I can move it. So this is the origin of the symbol. This is the origin of the name of the capacitor, that is C2. So if I click this section, the name cannot move. I have to click on the origin of the name and origin of the value if you want to move it. If I want to click the entire symbol along with the name and value, click on the body origin. This is the body origin of the capacitor component. So the same way, this capacitor has an origin somewhere here. Click on this, you can move it. If you click here, anywhere apart from that origin, you cannot move a symbol. Here if you see, this is this origin of this symbol. If I click, I can move it. If I click here, I cannot move it. So this is the move command. So inside move, when I have a move command is in active mode now. So when the move command is in active, right click from the mouse, so it will rotate the symbol. If I right click, the symbol has been rotated. If you right click, the symbol has been rotated. Okay, so you have the next option is called mirror. So if I click mirror option, so the pins, the entire design will be mirrored or flipped, if you can say. If I click it here, the complete design is mirrored. Same way, if I click on this capacitor, it's mirrored. So the third option is rotate. You can rotate using move button. Click the move and click on the symbol, right click, you can move it. Otherwise, independently you have a rotate button. Click on the rotate button, click on the register, click on the symbol, and the symbol will rotate. So but wherever you want, you cannot keep it in the fixed position, it will rotate. But move option, you can select it wherever you want. You can right click and it will move, and after you can place wherever you want. But the rotate option, it simply moves in its position. You cannot move it here. It simply rotates from its own axis, but you cannot move it. So these are the difference. Move plus right click the mouse, so you can rotate it. Only move, you can move the component. So the next thing, we have a copy command. When you click on the copy command, click, if I want one more register, click here and I get the copy of the register. If I want one more capacitor, click on the symbol of the capacitor, I'll get one more copy of the symbol capacitor. Same with this one. So you've got a paste option. Paste, we can use it if we copy from the different schematic, we can use paste option here. The next option is delete. If I want to delete any symbol, click on the delete and then click on the symbol, you can easily delete it. Settings, I will explain you when we have a proper circuit. So here in the first section, you got three options: info, show, and group. So we'll just go with the group first, and then we'll go to info and then show. So I'll go to group. So group, that means I can create a group of symbol. If I choose these three components, and these three components are now in a group for temporary time. If I click outside, the group will be ungrouped. So select the group button, select the number of components. You can even drag and select it, or even you can click on the group, click on the component and press Control, click on the other component, click on the other component. So these three are in one group now. Okay, you have two options. Click on the group, select the area. So in this particular area, so I got three components. So these three components will be one group now, or otherwise individually you can create. If I want R1 as one group, C4, R1, C4 and C2 as a one group. So using the drag method, I cannot use it. So I cannot make R1, C4, C2 as one group. Instead of that, I'll click on the group button, click on the register 1, click on the C4, click on the C2. These three are now a group. So what is the application of group? So if I select these three components as one group, now I can move this group. make sure it should be highlighted all the time. That means these are now one group, this temporary group. So I can move this group. Click on the move and right click. You got option called move the group. Click on the move group. All three components will move at a time. So this is temporary. Now the group has been ungrouped. So if I click again, so it is grouped now again. So I can rotate the group, I can mirror the group, anything which I can make as individually. I can make move, rotate and mirror, and even copy also I can do. The same commands we can do with mirrored. So for example, I'll choose the group C1 and C3. I'll make one group. So click on the move. I can move C1, C3. That means I can move the group. If I right click now, the group has been rotated. If I right click, the group has been rotated. Okay, so the next option is group it, mirror it. If I click on the mirror command, right click, mirror the group. So the entire group will be mirrored. Mirror the group, the entire group will be mirrored. The entire group will be mirrored. So I can rotate also. Click on this, right click, rotate the group. The entire group acts as one symbol and it will rotate. Entire groups acts as one symbol and it will rotate. So these are along with the group options. So you can even copy the group. So I will choose, I want two copies. So I'll select as a group and then I'll click on the copy, right click, copy the group. So two components or two symbols will be copied here and place wherever you want. And the reference number which increases automatically. So it will see the last component was C4 and it was C5, C6. So if I copy one more component, and that would be C7. Whichever reference you copy, so it will take the highest number only. So the next command is info. If I click on info, it will give you information regarding the component. So the name is R1, the position inside the grid area, it's 4.1, 3.2. That means here you can see this is the origin. So this is 4 inch away from the origin. With respect to the origin, it is 4.1 inches, and towards y-axis it is 3.1 inches away from the origin. It shows the gate. So this is the library which we took it from the US standard library. The angle, it is 0 degree. You can even rotate it from here 90 degree. If I click apply, so it will rotate it here. So I'll make it 0, rotate it. Mirror, it is already mirrored. If I uncheck it, click on apply, it will mirror. So this property, I can get an options in the information. If you click on the info, click on the component, you will get the in detail option, information regarding the register, what kind of footprints we have used it for this, what is it having a 3D package or not, which library it is using, and value. You can even add the value. For example, if this is 100 ohm, I can type 100 ohm register. If I click apply, you can see on the board there is 100 ohm value has been displayed. So the next one is show option. If I click on the component will be highlighted, so it will show, and the information will be shown in the bottom side. If you see the bottom side, this is part R1. This part R1. This is the footprint. All the information with respect to R1 component. So whatever the information, when I click on info and they click on the component, whatever the information you can see here, the brief information will be given. When you click on the show and you click on component, you can see entire information here. Now we're going to discuss regarding the setting options. You got a setting option here. So regarding the settings, we will discuss. So when we click on the settings or change, so we can change it. so it will apply to the entire board wherever you want to click. For example, if I want to change the size of any component or any value of the component, so I'll just go to change it to 0.06. so if I click on the R1, so the size has been changed. So I can click now, so I can change it at a time. So even this option you can use it like a group. So I will select the group, so I will change, go to change option, click on the size. Let's make it too small. Right click, change the group. So the group has been changed. You can make it individually using the setting option. So I go to settings, size, I'll increase it back to 0.07 inches and I'll click it on R1 and the size has been changed. So the command is still active, so I can click on it. So this is 100 ohm, the size has been increased to 0.07. click on C6, C5, yes, it is coming. But same thing I can do with respect to group also. Click on the group, I will select the entire group, or otherwise if you want only these two to be selected as a group, I just select these two and go to change option. I can change the size to 0.7, right click and change the group if we select. So these two only, the sizes will change. So change option, so I can change it individually as well as using the group option also we can change it. So you have many options here. You can align it bottom left, you can align it bottom center. So click on this, so it is aligned to bottom center. It is aligned to bottom center of the symbol with respect to symbol. So I'll go to align bottom left, click on this C8, so it comes to bottom left in the sense, if this is your capacitor, this is the bottom left with respect to the origin of the symbol. So I'll align it bottom left, bottom center, bottom right. If I click it, it will come to the bottom right with respect to origin of the symbol. The same way you have many options, you can change it anytime you want. If you want fonts, layer settings, pouring, copper pouring in the board section, spacing, you can change it, style also you can change it. So these are all you can change it. You can select it once here and you can change it to the entire board. So this is a change option. The same change options you can use with the help of group also. The next options are the design blocks. So design blocks, we can use it, so we can create some proper circuits. When we'll go to control panel, so file, new design blocks. Design blocks is similar to schematic. So inside the design blocks you will create one circuit, and that circuit you want it for every project. For example, any power supply section of 5 volt, 3 volt, if you want to use that particular circuit for multiple times in your upcoming projects. So if you think that circuit is essential, so you are going to make it as a design block. So I will add one design block and I'll explain you. Click on the add design blocks. We have some examples inside the design box. So 12 volts regulators, so I'm just selecting the 12 volt regulator. So select it, click OK, so that entire design will come. So I don't want to create again for 12 volt voltage a new circuit, so that design block has been imported directly. So this generates the 12 volts, I can use it for my upcoming circuit. So this is used for design block, but make sure you should have your own design blocks which is created earlier. The design block is also a circuit design, schematic type only, but you are designing it as a block so that you can use it for the upcoming projects. So the next is add part. As we discussed it, when you click on the add part, so library file will open. You can find all type of components. If, for example, inductor, if you type it inductor, yes, you have got a symbol and footprint related to inductors. So not responding, so yeah, inductor. So inductor symbol, go inside, click on it. This is the inductor footprint. This is a 3D layout, it is also available. So this is a symbolic representation of inductors. If you want, you can use it. So add part. this is the module. We'll discuss regarding this module when we have ICs. So the next option is net. So click on the net. When we click on the net, so we can make a proper circuit now. For example, this is my circuit. For example, I want to connect C3C C3C1 C6. If you want to make a proper circuit, I need to get a connection, that is wiring. This is also called as wiring. Click on the net and bring it near to the pin of the capacitor. When I bring it near to the pin of any component, so the circle will appear. You can see the circle will appear. That means this is the pin. If I bring the cursor near to this section but you cannot see the circle, that means this is not a pin. So the nearest pin is this one. Yes, you can connect it from here. So this is the wiring. So I can make wiring this way. So here also these are not pins, this is the proper pins. So you click on it, you can connect. So you can make your own circuit using the nets. Place components properly and then connect using the net. So bus option we'll discuss while having 8-bit IC, 16-bit IC. So we can go for bus option. And this is a junction where if you have not done, for example, say there is a circuit, it's going this way. So if you need a junction between these two, so you can add manually. Click on that and you click on this junction. That means these two wires are now connected. So these two are not connected. This is the different wire and this is the different wire. This is not connected. But here, though both are connected, so this is the junction. So if you want, while designing itself, if you want the junction, it is 0. So while designing only, if you want a junction, for example, this wire is going, I want a connection here. So click on the other wire, it generates a junction automatically. So if you don't click on the other wire, so I'm going to connect it to the other pin, so there is no junction. If I don't want, just move on. If I want a junction, just click on that particular place. If I want a junction here, click it and then move on. So this is the junction. You, while designing, can directly click and you can get the junction. If you miss it, you can click the junction option and then you can use it into wherever you want. If I want junction here in this section, I'll click on the junction, then I'll come and click it here. And it asks you, this is N$3, this is N$7. There are two nets. I just wanted to connect the net segments. Yes, if I connect it, both has become one net. So this is regarding the junction. So the next junction, we have a labeling option. So we just want our every net to be labeled. Every net by default, if I click on the show button, click on the wire, so here in the bottom side section you can see that is the net name. So that is N$3. This is computer generated net name. So if I click on the info option and then click on any wire and click on this wire, and it shows you the net name N$3, which is computer generated net name. So if you want to change it, for example, I want it to be a particular, I want to know about this I want to know about this particular net, so I'll use the label option here. This is a label option, so I can use this label option to label the nets. If I click on the label option, so click here, so it's N$3 by default. Yes, if it is N$3, click it here, and then you have an option called name just next to label. Click on the name, click on this junction, it is N$3. I can change it like it's a 5-volt net, so click OK. So this change it to 5-volt net. So how to verify? Click on the show button and click on the net. You can see in the bottom side the net name has been changed to 5-volt. Or otherwise, the other way to check it, click on the info and click on the net. You can see the net name has been changed to 5-volt. This is the net name, has changed it to 5-volt. So this is a label option. You have got a label, so you have n number of options. We'll discuss in detail in the next classes. So this is R2. That means we can change the name of the component or anything. If you want anything which is labeled as name, we can change it. For example, if I want to change C6 to C20, for example, so I will click on the name, click on the component, so it refers to name. So if I want to change it to C20, click on 20, click OK. It changes to C20. So any names, if I want to change the name of this net, yes, you can change it. Click on the name, click on the wire, it asks you the name. For example, I'll go for 3.3 volts. So you have an option called place label here. Place label in the sense this section, place label, this is the place label option. While renaming also you can do it as a place label for only nets, or individually we can go for place label. If I don't want to place label, you can uncheck it, so you cannot see it. I'll uncheck it and I'll click it, so you cannot see 303, but when you click on info and the net of this particular, so you can see the name, net name has been changed to 3.3 voltage. So same way, if you want it back, so I'll just click on the label and then click on the wire, so it will show you the label, that is 3.3 volts, which we renamed earlier. Then same way, the label option, click on the name. So if I want to change it to R10, so click on the symbol, so it refers to R1, and then click R10 and then click OK. So the name has been changed. So now next to R2, our name, so you have an option called value. This is the value section, so that means this one is the value section. So this is for name section, this is for value section. If I want to change the value of any component, so how to change? Either you have got two options, click on the info, click on the component. So here you have a value options, so here you can edit the value. Here you can edit the value. If I say 200 ohm resistors, yes, it is changed to 200 ohm resistor. I don't want multiple clicks, click on the value and then click on the components. Directly you can change it. If I say 500 ohms, I can change it to 500 ohms. If I want this capacitor as 100 picofarad, I can change it to 100 picofarad, so it appears here. So the name, you can change the name of the component, you can change the name of the component, or you can change the name of the net. Anything which is referred as name, you can change it. And the value, which it will change the value of the component. So the rest other options we will discuss when we have a proper circuit. So here we have some other options in the top section. So we have got some other options in the top sections, normal zoom in, zoom out options. So you can save it here directly. You have got to save option, so you can directly save it. If you want, you can print it. So if I want a print of it, if I click on the print, so you can even save it and you can get the print of this particular circuit. So if I will arrange this properly, so go to landscape, see your circuit has been adjusted to page. So I'll just export it to the PDF. So PDF has been generated, which is there in the desktop. So the PDF here is the circuit. So double click on the circuit. This is the PDF of your circuit which we created right now. So you can export it to PDF and you can send it to your clients for verification of your circuit schematic. So this is the save option. When you click on this, you can see here in the bottom side you have the last save time. Yes, it is 2044. Yes, it is 2044. Yes, just now I have saved. Yes, it is showing you the last changed time. So if I change it to 2045, yes, the time will be updated. Now it is 2045. If you see, now it is 2045. I will save it, and here if you see, the time has been changed to 2045. So it will show you the last time. So when you save, confirm, When you click on the save, just confirm with the time whether it is saved or not. So you have got some script options. If we go open library manager, so we'll discuss in detail regarding the library. These are all the scripts we can download, and you can execute the script with this software also. Zoom to fit, when you click on the zoom to fit, so entire frame, everything will be centralized. You can even scroll in, scroll out for zoom in, zoom out. Use the mouse for scrolling, scroll out. So this you have analog options also. You can zoom to fit. For example, if you zoom off too much, so your circuit is not finding, just go to zoom to fit option, so your circuit will be appear just in front of you. If you want to zoom this part, yes, it has been zoomed. You have got on one more option, zoom select. You can join, you can zoom whichever part you want. Okay guys, these are the basics of Eagle CAD environment. Just I have introduced the options. In the next class we will discuss with respect to schematic, so how the schematic works, proper schematic we will choose. Okay, fine, then thank you so much.